Good evening, everyone. I'm Lissy Bastian. Thanks for staying with us. The governing party left to regroup after losing one of its members, but some are hoping the Free National Movement uses the opportunity to learn from its mistakes and make things right or suffer a further fallout. BJ McDermott has the story.
There's a very real possibility that Reese Chipman's resignation from the governing Free National Movement will be followed by at least another. Equally outspoken FNM MP Frederick McAlpine has not seen eye to eye with his party on a number of key issues, and it pretty much started with the 60% increase in value-added tax to 12%. Mr. McAlpine's dissenting voice on the issue found him fired as chairman of the Bahamas Hotel Corporation. Still, he pressed on. While his party touted locking down a letter of intent for the Grand Lucayan Resort, Mr. McAlpine expressed no excitement, charging that it's just that, an LOI. Some have long questioned when and if he'll part ways with the FNM. Here's what he told us.
This time I'd just rather seek to try to make a change within. But I do leave my options open, and resignation can be considered one of my options. But I'm going to do all I can to try to be the change within at this time. And I don't know what the future holds. I am disappointed in the party. I still think that the party or the government, the party being in government, is still disconnected from what people are actually feeling. And people are suffering, especially in Grand Bahama and in Abaco. And beyond Grand Bahama and Abaco, people are suffering. They were suffering before the storm. And so whatever suffering there was prior to the storm, nationally, it has basically quadrupled.
Regarding Mr. Chipman's decision, he offered up this advice to the government.
And I think that the government of the Bahamas should use this as a wake-up call to try to reconnect itself to the people of the Bahamas, because it's becoming apparent to me and others that their reality does not seem to be that of the Bahamians.
Meantime, the Pine Ridge MP wished Mr. Chipman every success, labeling his parliamentary colleague as an honorable man. Sentiments shared by Golden Isles MP Vaughn Miller, who too agreed the split should send a message to the party.
Some persons who take the procedures, who take the committees, established committees, particularly a committee as important as the Public Accounts Committee, that's not functioning, but they feel it should be functioning, take it very serious. And they feel it's a part of the parliamentary process, a part of helping to deepen the democracy. And in terms of the practicality, in terms of the practicing and being effective and being active, they take it extremely serious.
When contacted, Free National Movement Chairman Carl Culmer says he had no indication Mr. Chipman was resigning from the party. When asked about the relationship the two shared, Mr. Culmer said the Centerville MP attended council meetings now and again, and that he had gotten a lot of complaints that he wasn't active in his constituency. Still, he wished the first-time politician well.
Thank him for the services that he provided while he was here as FNM.
Mr. Chipman has written to House Speaker Houston Moultrie requesting permission to address his parliamentary colleagues at the next sitting of the House of Assembly. Reporting for Jcntvnews, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Well, much like the official opposition, the Democratic National Alliance also not surprised by Mr. Chipman's resignation, charging that his exit is a culmination of poor FNM governance. Party Chairman Omar Smith says after being unceremoniously removed as chairman of the Antiquities, Monuments and Museum Corporation without any logical reason or explanation, Mr. Chipman has stood up against the injustice and conflicts of interest within the FNM. The DNA spokesman added that all eyes are now on remaining FNM MPs to see whether they have any ounce of conviction left to leave a government plagued with corruption, ineptitude, and arrogance. Parliamentarians on both sides of the political divide, two former prime ministers, former governors general, the judiciary, and civil servants this morning paid final respects to proud Long Islander, statesman, and businessman Tennyson R.G. Wells. Ariel Bolag was among those who packed Christ Church Cathedral.
As a career politician and businessman, many knew Tennyson Wells more for the contributions he made to the country. Others, like Father Harry Bain, rector of Christ Church Cathedral, had a personal relationship with Tennyson, a man fondly remembered today as generous, always willing to help, who gave away his entire salary as chairman of BAMC, and one who would bend over backwards for people. Tennyson, said Father Bain, was a builder. He was always concerned about the well-being of his fellow man. He was an inspiration to his family.
Tennyson left a legacy as he was God-fearing, kind, generous, forgiving, and would encourage each family member to continue to show kindness, sow love, unity, and lasting relationships. He believed and practiced in his own business equality of opportunity. Male or female, you can do the job, it was yours. He was to many a business consultant and visionary. He was the kind of person who did not flirt his possessions. He often boasted on how he lived on $300 per week.
But while much has been said about Wells' time on Earth, the question left for mourners, how are they going to use their time? Live each day, said Father Bain, with purpose and wisely.
Do not waste your time bringing and pulling down other people. Do not waste your time on negative activities and negative people. Friends, don't waste the time that God has given to you.
Tennyson Wells died at his home on September 24th. He was 72. I'm Ariel Boleg. News.
In his tribute, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis lauded Wells as a FNM warrior who fought against victimization and other threats of democracy, but more importantly, his friend.
We spoke almost every morning, if not morning, during the evening, at which time he would counsel me and guide me and give me advice as to how to deal with the challenges that I faced. We owe a debt of gratitude to individuals like Tennyson Wells who offer themselves for public duty and service.
Draped in the Bahamian flag, Tennyson Wells' casket was taken to Woodlawn Gardens, Soldier Road, where he was buried. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.